Today's video is all about experimenting with colour. I'm going to be using colours that I don't normally put together, and I did this by looking at a colour wheel and choosing two complementary colours, and they're complementary because they sit opposite each other on the colour wheel. So I'm starting off with this turquoise blue by Winsor & Newton. I'm adding a little bit of water to my paper, and this is all about just seeing how colours interact and merge with each other. I'm now reaching for my lemon yellow. It's again by Winsor & Newton, and I'm just dabbing that onto the edge of the lightest part of my watercolour splotch. When you first start playing with watercolours, it can be really hard to know what colours work well together or what colours look like when they mix, so this is what this experiment is all about. You can also see now that I've merged these two colours, we have a nice shade of green at the top. Maybe you can think back to your school days where we did some primary colours, and if you mix blue and yellow, of course they're primary colours, you will get green. So it's also a really interesting way of seeing what kind of shades you can make and introducing that into your watercolour practice. Now we're moving on to a different style of art, and we're painting circles with our brush. I'm going to be mixing all the circles in a different way. Some I'm using just some pure pigment, as I have done here with the yellow, but as I paint each circle I'm just going to touch or kiss the edge of the previous circle and try and pull some of that colour in. This particular circle I've used mostly water and just adding dabs of colour and just seeing how these colours interact with each other. So these experiments actually work really well as a warm-up before a painting session, but also it can make for some really beautiful artwork in itself. So it's a really fun way to take the pressure off yourself. I picked two colours, in this case I picked two primary colours, and it takes the pressure off having to think about what colours to use or composition. It's really just about getting colours out there and seeing what kind of things you can create. I used two paints from Winsor & Newton. I used turquoise and also lemon yellow. However, you can use whatever paints you have to hand, and I really hope you give it a try. Do make sure to check out my art stories, which is over on my website createthecut.art.com, for all the full details, and I'll see you in the next video.